All right, so big weekend coming up for us. We're coming back to where the bar that started it all for us at the Lion's Head Tavern this Saturday night. Going to be rocking it like we usually do. And we're at rehearsal the other day, and all of a sudden dawned on us, it's like, holy crap, man, this is like at least the week that we all met each other. Well, Joe and I knew each other from before, but like this actual band formed, and we thought, let's tell the peeps a little story about how this all started, since we're coming up on basically our 1 year anniversary of the formation of the band. We've got another 1 year anniversary coming up April 27th.
That's right.
But we'll get into that a little bit later on. So, the Rose City Rockers, I'll give you a little history on that. It started off as just kind of a goof with me and Mike Herford and Kevin Gagnon, and I think Jack LaHoo was in the band. It was a one-off, just playing at Lucky's Tavern just for a gig, right? And then a couple years later, we got an offer to do, or just an opportunity to do a little fundraiser for the Humane Society, and that had Chris Marentat and Paul Richard, and who else was in the band? Dave Tanner was on bass, I think. It was just one-off type of thing. And then fast forward again, and I started working on some tunes and blah, 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 and brought in a whole bunch of musicians to play along, and we recorded some albums. Or some songs, but it wasn't the Rose City Rockers. It just wasn't the Rose City Rockers. And it was like, in my head, it's like this fucking kick-ass blues rock band that just went out there and just smacked people in the face, and they go, do it again, right? So one of those things. So, a little rewind even back from that. My good buddy, my brother from another mother, sitting right here. Yeah. We go way back to what, like 1984 through 89, maybe. Like, and the band we're talking about there is The Fashion, which you can go on YouTube and just type in The Fashion Windsor, and you'll see a ton of videos of us playing all these big concerts and all that stuff down at the riverfront. And that's how Joe and I got to know each other and played together for years. And fast forward back to the present, which was 2023, right?
Yeah.
24.
Ran into India.
Yeah. Well, you and I maybe ran into each other once about maybe 10 years ago or something.
Right?
Yeah, good to see you type of thing. Yeah. And then, so I'm going out on a Friday or Saturday night, went into Average Joe's. All of a sudden I hear, Jabby! And I look around, and here's Joe and his girlfriend sitting there and going, holy fuck, brother, I haven't seen you in forever. So we get chit-chatting, and what'd you say? Like, kind of like,
what are you doing? What's going on?
And I was asking you the same thing. Yeah. Well, at the time, unbeknownst to Joe, we had a different bass player trying to get this project off the ground, Ernie Austin, great bass player, great guy. But we couldn't find a drummer. So I said, Joe, I said, you want to jam? You want to hang out? And he said, yes. And so we started working with Ernie, but Ernie had other commitments with Ghost Note. And so we started looking for bass players. And I'm surprised we even have hair left.
Yeah.
After all that, man.
There was some hair pulling.
Oh, we had some hair pulling going through bass players trying to find somebody that would work. Well, then we get into around what, the middle of February-ish,
mid-February,
right? Yeah. And I get this random message from this random guy, and he goes, hey man, I'm looking at buying a phase amp, what's it like? And I said, well brother, come on over and check it out. And that guy is Mr. Michael Muscat right there. So take it away, Mike.
Yeah, so I was just, if you want to get something a little more compact, I was looking for an amp, and I know that Faye's a local guy, and I said that'd be great investment. So he's the only one I knew that had one, so I said, I'll give him a shout, and sent a Facebook message. And off I go, come here, and we check it out, and we just kind of hit it off. And, and it was great having a great conversation. And then, we were ending the conversation, I think. And then
you were ready to leave.
Yeah, I was ready to leave, and I said to him, hey, where are you playing? I'll come and check you guys out. And so then...
I basically replied, well, we're not, because we can't find a bass player. And you said...
Yeah, well, I play bass.
And it was like, oh, tell me more.
Yeah, so I said, yeah, sure. I'm a guitar player, but, I've been playing bass for the past 7 years,
Lead
and
trying to perspective. I'm a bass player,
Yeah.
right? And it was like,
I don't know if I can
little-
pull this off, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah.
So I sent Mike some songs. I phoned Joe as soon as you left the house. I was right on the phone with Joe. It's like, dude, we've got another. But I could tell by the sound of your voice, it's like, oh fuck,
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
But we get in the room and we fire up, like we count in Robin Trower and we start playing it. And Joe, you take it away from there. What was the reaction?
Well, right off the bat, as soon as we had guys come in that wanted to sit down and learn the material literally on the cuff. Literally wanted to sit there and go, well, I played this way back in the day, but just give me a little review here and all, you know, and it's like, didn't do any homework whatsoever. Whereas Michael came in and, hit every single song.
Right from the first note.
Right off the very first, like, and you just know. You just know, man.
I just
feel it.
Dude,
Just,
brother, I will remember the first that we got into, like once the intro happened and then we started playing the song, the full intro of the band, and you and I looked at each other with these big shit-eating grins going, holy crap, I think we found our boy. Our man is in the house.
We've gone through half a dozen at that point. Yeah. And I'm not kidding. Some of them came, they didn't have cars, so you'd have to pick them up. Other ones came, they didn't know any of the material. They want to learn it on the cuff. Other ones came, they were superstars back in the day, but now they want to relive their superstar days, but they didn't do any of the homework either.
Well, and they didn't want to do the songs that the band was all about.
Oh, yeah, some of them came in and wanted to just turn the whole band around and make it their band, and my goodness. So
it was a long struggle, but you know what? To our perseverance, we stuck to it because, like, and this is probably the biggest reason why we're making this video. There's something magic happening, like, here. And we can't put our finger on it, nor do we want to, but it just seems to be clicking, and that's why we wanted to make this video. We wanted to get the word out just about this gig this Saturday night, because if you come out, if you've seen the band before or you haven't seen the band, you will see like us just kind of click and just have so much fun on stage and just present some music that, quite frankly, isn't being played anymore and bands are afraid to touch, and we just go out there and just want to kick ass, and we want you guys along for the ride. So this Saturday night at the Lions Head, 9 p.m. start. Come on out and let's rock and roll.
And we write some very, very good originals also.
Just throwing that in the table there too.
Yeah.
All right.
Another couple in the mix this week.
Yep. So we'll see you on Saturday night. Come on out, Lions Head, 9 p.m. start.
Happy anniversary, guys.
Right on. Yeah.
Right on.
And that I know this is about the time.